Okay, so I wanted to do just a quick video right now because I was having just some things come to me. I wanted to talk just a bit about ways that darkness, or you might say evil, affects us. And I want to say here that I can only speak to what I'm being taught right now. So I am a mere babe when it comes to knowledge. I am learning this more and more. I'm just, compared to, that's kind of pretty, isn't it? Should I leave it like that? I never wear my hair down, so this is like rare occasion. But I can only speak to the things that I'm learning. And even though 10 years ago, I'm in a totally different place with my knowledge and my wisdom and my spiritual growth, I can actually see more and more how little I know. It's true. Like, I'm not old. I'm young. I'm almost 40. But the older you get, the more you learn how little you actually know. But so I wanted to say here, and again, I'm just sharing my experiences because I'm learning. That drives me nuts. See that? It's in my eye. How about I put this a little bit? That's kind of nice. Okay, stop. That doesn't matter right now. So I just want to share as I'm learning these things. I'm just sharing my experiences and things I'm learning. So, okay, this is just so powerful. Some of these things that God is teaching me. So, there are so many places. There are books, people I've seen online. I've heard things talked about here, like a podcast, and then this other spiritual text I was reading. There are numerous places and things that have come to me where I have learned, and God is teaching me. So anything I read, see, hear, you have to take to God. You have to take to the source and get truth from the source. So you can't just believe what you read. You can't believe what you hear. You can't just watch a video of somebody online and be like, oh, that's all true. If you hear me saying something, you can't believe a word I say. Who am I? I'm a crazy lady up in Idaho. You can't believe a word I say. But you can take concepts and things that I speak about, and you can take that to God and get truth. So, some of the ways that God is teaching me and showing me, and my husband, like he's getting his own powerful witnesses. I'm getting my powerful witnesses. And there are ways to have a more sure knowledge by opening up our spiritual abilities to like really tap into spirit realm more. So we're tapping into seeing, hearing, getting clear answers from God, like having our angels really teach us and speak to us in all the different ways that we get answers. And we're all different. We can get answers in different ways. But so here, what I'm learning is that there's not just, so my whole life, there has to be a way to do this. There has to be a way. This has got to work, guys. It's bound to work. There. It's crooked, but I can actually have my hands out. I am totally crooked. You know what? It's going to work. Crooked is great. Crooked is great. Yeah, there was a crooked man who walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked style. Oh, what did he do? He bought a crooked cat that ate a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in the little crooked house. We homeschool. I know a lot of fun ditties. Anyway, so God is teaching me that there are many different ways that darkness affects us. And this is going to be new for a lot of people because I was raised in kind of a Christian church where the typical teaching is God's up here, Satan is down here. Like evil and darkness are down here and God is up here. And so there's only light and only dark. Well, what God is teaching me, and I've been exposed to this in multiple ways for the last couple of years, and I myself have had to go and get truth on this. And I, like I said, I don't believe what I just hear or read or whatever. Like, I have to go and take truth, get truth from the source. And so this is my being taught that there are actually two different poles of evil in this world. And they're actually beings. Okay, so you have here Lucifer. Lucifer is a fallen archangel. Okay, and he's not just an angel, he's a fallen archangel. So he was kind of a head honcho guy, and he fell, and a whole bunch of angels fell with him. A lot of people know this. This is in the Bible. If you're Christian, you probably know all about this, right? The fall from heaven, and they were cast down to the earth. And so this is Lucifer. I've always called him Satan. He's actually not the Satan. So Satan is a term describing like a dark being. So you have a Satan being. Lucifer is actually not the Satan so much as what God is teaching me about. There is another being that fell before Satan ever fell. And he was technically in the... Do I look chubby? No! He was in the Archai category. So he was about Archangel Archai. So he was actually a higher being than Lucifer. He was a higher type of angel. He had reached a higher level. Again, I don't have a perfect knowledge. I cannot say that I know everything that there is to know. I'm simply sharing what's going on in my journey and what God is teaching me on my journey. So this being, what I'm learning is called Ahriman. And he is a true Satan being. He is actually a darker, more evil force in this world. And these two dark poles, they're very different. It's more like this, okay? So you have here in the center, you've got God, light, Christ, truth, all good things, right? You have this beautiful, perfect equilibrium. And this is, if you love God, if you love Jesus, if you love truth, this is where you want to be. All righteousness, all beauty, right? And this equilibrium, so what Ahriman does, how he works on us, is he works on darkening, densifying. He wants us heavier and darker. And I just don't have the best terms for this, okay? I just don't have the best terms for this. But anyway, so he wants to mess up our form, basically. He wants to densify and damage our perfect, holy human form. We are formed in the image of God. We are God's children. These bodies are temples, and God can dwell in our temple. So, right, where's your little heart thing? Our heart, the holy of holies, like this. God dwells in this temple. And when we hurt, damage, darken, densify this perfect, holy human form, evil can penetrate us more. We can be possessed by dark beings, and they can take over. They can take over, possess us, and steal our energy, do all sorts of horrible things, right? And so, that's what Ahriman, the evil dark being of Ahriman, he's the Satan. He wants us to densify and darken our bodies. Now, what Lucifer, so I put Lucifer up here. He's not up here like God, like, okay? So this is only my little, I'm making this up as I go. Like, I've thought, like, this is kind of how I'm being shown. He's not up here as in, here's heaven, here's goodness, and here's Lucifer. No, it's not like that at all. But what Lucifer wants to do, so this is the son of the morning that fell, okay? The archangel that fell, and, numerous people fell with him. Also, Ahriman has his dark hordes, but they are working on us in different ways. What Lucifer, how he works on us is he seeks to draw our spirits out of our bodies. He wants to draw us out of our bodies in over-spiritualization. Because when our spirits are not firmly grounded and centered in our bodies, the Luciferic beings, these fallen angels, yuck, I'm only putting them up here to kind of show you how they pull. Okay? They're not a part of God or Christ. What I'm learning, like, I know God's going to add upon my knowledge. So this is all I know now. Obviously, I can learn more later, and I can tell you, if something comes up and things change and God's like, okay, let me show you a little more clearly. This is only what I'm being taught right now. So, Lucifer draws us out of our bodies. Now, there are many ways that he does this, and many ways, some of the ways that he wants us to over-spiritualize, like hyper-spiritualize, to get us disconnected from the earth, not grounded. He does this through some basic, simple ways are like psychedelics, like the psychedelics, the mushrooms, the what are some of the like ayahuasca, all these different ways people go to have these spiritual encounters through psychedelics and drugs, and even caffeine can fit in this category. If it pulls you out of your body and you're having a high, you're having kind of this spiritual, yes, it can be spiritual, but it's still a high and you're still being disconnected out. You're still being drawn out of your body in this high experience. So anyway, over-spiritualizing, because guess what? They then suck your energy. Like, they get you out of your body, and you're not aware of these Luciferic beings drawing on your light, drawing and sucking and pulling your energy away. They feed off us. They're like leeches. It's disgusting. So they feed on your spirit. Another way that, and this has been shown to me, God is teaching me this, especially because I'm here to share and teach for the LDS people. Mostly for the people that have left the church, but there are still people waking up to the darkness through churches. The second way, there's lots of ways, but I don't even need to number them, but do you know what I mean? One of the ways that Lucifer draws us out of our body through over-spiritualization is connected to church. There are all sorts of ways that they, how do you say this? In buildings, in church buildings and things, they want, and especially connected to my old church where they have like this general conference where they have hours of spiritual talks where they talk about Jesus. They have all this spiritual music, and they have so what they do is they keep your attention and they keep you in this spiritual high. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, that's lovely. I used to love it too. I used to just, like you're high all day, spiritual highs. But what you don't realize is the evil, the super, super evil, the darkness at the heart of those churches. And the LDS church isn't the only one that does this. They're pulling members out of their bodies through these how do I say it? This high. They're giving you these spiritual highs with music, they talk about Jesus, and here's the thing is, that can actually be a beautiful, wonderful thing when it's true, people. But the members don't know what's going on. So they're being pulled out of their bodies as they watch what they believe is their beloved prophet. Even the feelings of reverence and the feelings of, I used to experience them too. But I didn't realize there is darkness within that church, that these members are all glued to their screens, or they're in the conference and are like, they're being drawn out of their bodies. Okay, they're being drawn out of their bodies, and their spirit, their light is being siphoned. It's being sucked. Their the darkness is pulling on their energy. All the Luciferic fallen angels, the darkness, in all the different forms that Lucifer and his minions work, they do this through over-spiritualization, hyper-spiritualization. So, seeking these highs, and it's not just churches. There are New Age teachings and people. What time is it? Hang on. Just gotta make sure I'm not going over. Let me just see the clock here. Da-da-da-da-da. One of the ways. Okay, we're good. I just had to check on the timer. Let me turn oh, is my lights off? Yes, we're good. So, there are all sorts of like new age teachers out there that, I mean, they might be teaching about like aliens or whatever, or channeled information. There's all sorts of people out there, even even other Christian churches, or all sorts of different churches and ways sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I looked out there and lost my train of thought. Ways that they, to get you over spiritualized. So what they're seeking is this high. The Luciferic forces, they want you to seek the highs. Okay? It's not that you can't experience spiritual highs and have the best, you can have beautiful, intense spiritual moments. But remember, this equilibrium, balance, the balance and the equilibrium, the light is in God. And what we want to do is we want to bring all of our God forces, all of the Christ forces, we want to completely, I just spit on my phone. That's going to bug me. Did I turn it off? No, we're good. We want to embody all of our Christ and our light essences. We want to bring and embody, be fully present, fully conscious. We want to be here and be grounded to this earth. So let me talk a bit about Mother Earth. This earth is kind of a hard... So, sorry. Finishing another part of this. Train of thought, come back to me. So funny. Mother Earth. Okay, so Mother Earth, first of all, I know it is hard to be here, guys. It is hard to be here. I know this earth is a very hard place, especially with all these dark forces trying to mess with us. They want to destroy us. Guys, we are these light beings, and they want to totally destroy us in all the different ways that they can. They also feed off us. So in the end, they want to destroy us, but they want to just suck our light and energy. And so grounding ourselves here on Mother Earth to this planet, to our light, like we are connected directly to Mother Earth. Okay. And I know it's a hard place to be, but we're here. We're here. We cannot try to escape. Some people try to escape through highs. They want to escape. That's why we have drug addicts. That's why people get addicted to drugs and pornography. And that's another way of escape. And being pulled out of your body and having them like rest this energy, having them rest and pull on your light. They feed on, like I said, like leeches. But here's the thing. If you're watching this, you're here. You're here on Earth. Like you signed up to come down. You signed up to do this. And so because you're here, even thoughts of wanting to leave and go back to spirit realm, go back to, everyone wants to call heaven home, but this is our home right now. And we're bringing heaven to earth. Okay. We want to bring it down to earth and ground our light to help serve. Okay. We're here to help each other. We're here to help serve. And that is honestly, a lot of that is sacrifice. Anyway, so grounding our light, grounding your being. Okay. And I gotta tell you here, a lot of people, okay, let's just, best scenario, you're barefoot on the grass, grounding, sit down, touch the earth, like just be and ground. That's your best scenario. But if you're like me and you live in a place that's pretty dang chilly, like it can get chilly here. I mean, even in autumn, like last night, we're just into autumn in like, what is it, October something? I don't even know what day it is. But it got down to 30 in the night. Yeah, it's been getting up to 80, like 70 to 80. It's been pretty warm. But I don't know about you, but I'm not always able to get barefoot on the grass. And some people talk about, I've heard people talk about this, even in books about grounding, where they say that the grounding won't go through rubber soles. Guys, I've got to tell you, do you think Mother Earth and her bright, beautiful light cannot go through shoes or boots or even your house? Oh, guys, set your intention. If you cannot get outside, sit on your carpet in your living room. Touch it. Set the intention. The energy, the light, the spirit, and the power of God and the earth, it can go through your house. It can go through your shoes. It can go through your clothes. Like, guys, I have gone and grounded snow pants. I have worn snow pants and snow boots, and I've got gloves on, and I've gone out in the winter time and just sat on the ground and done my grounding practice to get sunshine. Mother Earth, this light can go through your clothes and your shoes. Like, some people are so limited in their thinking. Do you not think that she's more powerful than that? Anyway, that's kind of a whole nother topic. But, so the idea is to bring all of your light, all of the being that you are in. And another way, okay, this is another way. So, there's so many things to talk about. So you've got the Ahrimanic forces down here trying to get you to hurt your body. You've got the Luciferic forces up here, almost two poles. They're almost like two poles, but they pull on us and they want to destroy us in different ways. Sometimes they'll work together. They'll get you to have your highs, and then they'll kind of break you through whatever drugs and different things, and then they'll suck you down here after you've kind of lost that high, and then they'll pull you. Another way, that the Ahrimanic forces want to pull and suck your energy, or another way that they get you to darken and dampen and densify your body is through damaging your body. The mRNA in the recent yuck, jabby jab, the mRNA, it alters your proteins. Think of the different things with genetic modification. Genetic modification, GMOs, they mess with our bodies. And so any of the ways that the dark forces on this earth are messing with our bodies, they want to hurt us. They want to take this holy form and change it. Because we're made in God's image, we are holy. But if they can get us to take some toxic injections that messes with us from our bloodstream, if they can get us to eat crappy foods that mess with us from the inside, they literally make us sick, and they can just live off us. They just parasitically live off us, and it's attached to our sick, darkened bodies. And then, of course, I'm not going to get into this because God is still teaching me about this, but technology, getting chips. Please do not put any chips or technology of any form in your body. Did you know that if you create, say you have a robot, some sort of a robotic thing here, let's say you have an AI thing, our holy spirits, okay? So we are children of God. A child of God cannot possess this. The light cannot. The only thing that can come into these AI, technology creations are the darkness, demonic. This can be possessed demonically. So, Ahriman, through the darkening of our bodies and through technology, is trying to bring the human race down and create their own dark worlds and their own dark things with stolen light. Because remember, Ahriman and Lucifer, they have rejected God. They have rejected God. They cannot get God's light. And all the beings that follow them, like most of the people you see on the earth, the seriously evil people you see on this earth, like this is one that God has really shown me and taught me and my husband very clearly, because we've had to ask questions like, why are the old church leaders we used to worship, how do they function? We've asked question after question after question. And what a lot of it comes to is a lot of them are seriously possessed. Like people that are doing horrible satanic rituals, murder, people that are murdering and doing the worst of the worst, and then getting up to the pulpit and testifying of Jesus, like are seriously demonically possessed. That is not just like a crooked, evil, bad guy. Like that is evil beings that have been on this planet for a long time. So remember, if Ahriman fell, okay, now I know, I have to say here, I know this sounds crazy. If you have never heard of Ahriman, everybody knows about Lucifer. Most of the people know about, the son of the morning that fell and the bad guy. I use my hands probably too much, don't I? It's hard because I'm trying to convey the points. I'm trying to get this across. But this kind of sounds crazy. Let's pretend that there are no beings. Forget the name Ahriman, forget the name Lucifer. Let's just say ways that we are being hurt by whatever is on the other side of the veil that most of us cannot see. The darkening of our body, the densification of our body through getting sicker, through technology, through implants, chip implants, guys. I assume that everybody knows that is a seriously damaging thing. Like some of the creations that put a chip in your brain. Oh, guys, it's not going to help you at all. It's going to change your being to be less like God and to be more like the forces that want to steal your energy. Okay, so let me sum up this talk. Because again, I don't profess to be an expert in any of what I'm saying. God has taught me really clearly, like these things I've been shown really clearly in a lot of different ways, especially because I come from a religion where the people at the top profess to be these amazing things. God has taught me how they're cloaked in stolen light. They are cloaked in stolen light, and they take that light from members. So they take it from their members through sacrifices, like through children sacrifices, through, so there's a lot of death and horrible things that happen, but they also take it from the members. So you have this whole congregation of members worshiping and being drawn out of their body through over-spiritualization. They want the members to be in this, especially through conference and through even in church. Did you know the steeples of those churches, the steeples of the temple, are conduits for dark energy? So when you are in this building and it's charged, I've already talked about this. Oh, sorry, these are things God is teaching me. And so that is the Luciferic forces. So you've got all these people in church going, oh, feeling these feelings and singing these songs, which normally can be a good thing. Gathering in Christ's name can normally be a good thing, but it's being hacked. It's hijacked. Because they don't just want the alcoholic bums on the street. They want all of these great light beings that love Jesus Christ and want to do everything in their power to follow Jesus Christ. They want their energy. They want to suck from them. And you've got people gathering in these buildings that have been charged in really corrupt and disgusting ways. And that energy is being siphoned by these fallen angels, these Luciferic beings, through drawing people out of their body. And so let's talk about what we want to do. 1, stay away from putting tech in your body. Stay away from some of the technological, the things that people think that it'll help me. No, it won't. What you need is more of your God and Christ energy embodied. So what you can do is purify your temple to embody more light. So fasting is a way of purification. It's something that I've done and has changed my life forever. Fasting and prayer to purify this temple. In my last video, I already talked about periods of celibacy that you can do to purify your temple further. Because if you're constantly seeking sex, entertainment, food, if you're constantly seeking food as an outlet, think of all the ways that we escape. We escape mentally, we escape emotionally, we escape in all these ways. We don't want to escape. I know this earth life, can't see my hands. I know this earth life is hard, but what we want to do is we want to embody our light more than ever. We want to be present. We want to be present in our body, and we want to be grounded. Right? We want to be centered in God, centered and balanced and grounded in our light, in love, in truth. And another way, I forgot to mention this, another way the Luciferic forces want to draw you out, and one way that they do this, they sneakily do this really well, is when you are mind numbed. So when you are like doom scrolling, when you're doom scrolling and you are numbed out, you're not conscious and present, right? You're not present. You're escaping, right? You're becoming disembodied. Like your spirit kind of comes out of its body when you're mind-numbingly scrolling, when you're like vegging on your 10th episode of, I don't know what the cool shows are. What are cool shows today? My first thought was your 10th episode of Lost, but that was many years ago. I don't know what TV shows are out now. Whatever. Your 10th episode of whatever cool show you're watching or lame show you're watching. You're vegging. When you veg, when you are mentally like checking out, when you're mentally checking out and you are not present, you are not conscious, they can get to you. They can pull your energy and suck your energy. And guys, there are evil entities of both kinds, of both forces. Like one's trying to get you here, one's trying to pull you here. There are energies in the internet. You think Facebook is all holy? I mean, God can work through Facebook. He can work through the algorithms, but evil works through the algorithms too. And so you know this. I know everybody knows this, but they want you to doom scroll. They want you to be playing Candy Crush or whatever that farm game is, or name the games where you're just zoned out. That is one way they get us. So, let me wrap this up. So, becoming embodied, asking, prayer. Guys, pray. If you don't know how to do this, because I feel like a lot of people are like, I don't know how to do that. Pray. Your angels know. Like, God is listening. You have an angel team specific to you. And they signed up to be your angel team in this life. Some may be relatives, ancestors. Some may be best friends from past lives. Some may be whoever they are. I mean, you have numerous angels. I know that for sure. Most people have 5 to 7 that are coming in, and they come and they go, and different ones do different things. When you're going through something rough, I guarantee you've got at least 5 of your angel team there with you, your divine team. Upwards of 7. I know when Jay and I do healing sessions, there's almost always 12. There's something about that number 12. I know that's a symbolic number and it's a beautiful, but when we go into session and we work on people and we speak to God, we invite Jesus Christ in and we speak to the angels, because we're talking to their angel team, right? It's not our angels so much. I mean, all the angels are doing the work. We're not doing any healing. I'll be honest. We just facilitate because we can talk to the angels. We talk to God and we say, okay, this person's sick. Anyway, not getting into that. But when we do healing sessions, a minimum of 12 angels are there. So everybody has their own angel team. Anyway, pray. If you don't know how to bring your light in more, pray. Just speak to God. Say, God, I want to embody my light. Show me, are there things that I'm doing that are darkening my temple? That are causing this holy temple to be corrupted? Or, you know how Jesus flipped the tables in the temple? Because there was corruption and darkness, things going on. We need to clean out these temples. We need to clean out our temples. And you can ask God, are there things I'm doing that are causing me to escape out of my body or densify my body? And God can teach you, hey, you've been doing this. It's been affecting you negatively. Or, hey, you've been doing too much of that. Or, hey, you're not doing enough of this. And this would really help you. So just hearing me talk about some of these forces, that's it. And again, like I said before, you can't believe a word I said. Who am I? Some crazy lady up in Idaho. And I'm sharing my journey, things that I'm learning, ways that I'm growing. And I've got more to learn, more to share, so much more to learn. Guys, I swear, I've been learning so much. Like the past 5 years of my life, it's been like intense, explosive. Look at your past lives. Look at your spiritual abilities. Look at the corruption in your church. Look at the ways light can come in, the way Christ can come in. Look at the different spiritual texts you should be reading. God has expanded me. And I've had to even break out of some of the norms where I was so tunnel visioned on the Bible and the Book of Mormon are the only spiritual texts out there. And God's like, okay, we're going to expand your vision, Karen. Bible and Book of Mormon, amazing, great, beautiful, like the best witnesses of Jesus Christ ever. But he's like, okay, this witnesses of Christ and that witnesses of Christ, this spiritual text, that spiritual text. And he's just teaching me and showing me. And I've had to open my heart and open my mind just to expand all this. Okay. So put it in God's hands. Thank you for listening. This was a random video and it was randomly timed. I did not expect to do this, especially now, just hanging out in my car, but it came through and I'm like, I gotta do this. All right. Thanks guys.